Your consciousness is ready to open another layer of understanding. If you are here, it's because you belong here. There comes a moment when you stop, not because you choose to, but because there's nowhere left to run. Everything that once made sense begins to dissolve. The things you thought were certain disappear, and all that remains is a single question, quiet, yet piercing. Why would I create this? This isn't an ordinary question. It's a sign, the first bridge between your personality and your essence. It's the moment when your human self instinctively turns inward, towards Source, God, or the universe. And without even realizing it, you make your first conscious connection with the universal energy within you. This is where awakening begins. We all play a role here. Each of us entered this reality with a specific story themselves that were meant to shape us. It's not a coincidence. It's not a punishment. It's a process. A process of remembering. At first, you forget who you are. You need to. Otherwise, you couldn't learn the lessons you came here to learn, and your soul couldn't grow. Forgetting is part of the game of consciousness and its expansion. And so you're born as a human, with a past that molds you, with the wounds that make you search for answers, with people who mirror your unseen parts. Life grows heavier and heavier, until your character reaches the point where it simply can't go any further. That's the breaking point. The moment consciousness begins to awaken, not because you asked for it, but because it was written in the plan long before you came here. Your soul knew that at a certain stage of the game, your human self would meet a crisis. And at that very moment, when everything seems to collapse, contact happens. That question in your mind, why would I create this, works like a switch. It opens an inner channel between your personality and your soul. It's not a question from the ego, but an intuitive calling. A feeling that something within you wants to understand the meaning, not through logic, but through awareness itself. The moment you ask yourself this question, you are no longer the same. Only the part of you that remembers where it came from is capable of asking it. This question is doorway. Once you open it, you instantly feel movement inward. It is not an intellectual process. It's an energetic shift. It's as if you stop pointing fingers at the world and instead turn your gaze inward, to the place where it all began. To the core that has quietly watched your entire story unfold. In that moment, the connection activates. Your higher self, your source, begins to communicate with you. Not through words, but through feelings, synchronicities, and subtle signs guiding you exactly where you need to be. Your higher self never fell asleep. It was simply waiting for you to turn around, for your attention to shift from the outer world back to the space you came from. Only then can you begin to see that everything happening to you carries a deeper purpose, that it didn't come to destroy you, but to awaken you. It is not happening to you, it is happening for you. Every experience, even the painful ones, was part of the activation. When you felt pain, you were learning compassion. When you felt fear, you were learning trust. When you felt emptiness, you were learning to sense the source of fulfillment within. Until finally, the personality became exhausted. There was nowhere else to go, nothing left to fix, no one left to blame. That's when awakening happens, not as a miracle descending from above, but as a quiet return home. At that point, you no longer seek someone to blame. You stop searching for salvation outside yourself. You begin to trust something you cannot see, but can deeply feel. You might call it intuition, guidance, or the voice of your heart. And when you say yes, when you allow this process to guide you, the universe takes care of the rest. Not instantly, but gently, in perfect rhythm with your readiness to understand and receive. Awakening is not an escape from reality. It is the deepest immersion into it. It's the moment you realize that everything here is real, just not in a way you once thought. The world you perceive is real because it responds to your inner state. It is a mirror, not an illusion. And you are the one creating the reflection. So when you turn inward, what you see outside begins to change. Not because the world itself transforms, but because you have become aware of the place from which you are observing it. And when this happens, you understand that your human self was never your enemy. It was your tool, the way consciousness learns about itself. Without it, you couldn't know love, or pain, or the deep wisdom that only arises through experiences. Every fall, every mistake, every loss was designed as a part of your awakening. And when you realize this, a quiet peace settles within you. It didn't come to break you. It came to shape you, to teach you, strengthen you, and help you rise. And you did. You're still here. So take a deep breath. The source is proud of you. You are no longer the victim of your story. You are becoming a conscious creator of your life. Out of chaos emerges direction. This is the point where you outgrown your former self. Your soul now needs more space, more awareness to continue expanding. Welcome to the path of evolution, the journey you choose long before you came here. Everything that happens for a reason. Even what doesn't yet make sense is part of your growth. Just know, everything unfolds with a greater order. It's not about escaping life, but about living it consciously. And now, your new chapter begins. Even after this video, your consciousness has gently expanded. Your awareness has risen into a new level of light. Each word, each vibration has been woven into your field. From this moment on, you feel more, see deeper, and create with greater awareness.